Would you rather have a PlayStation 5 or $1 million? I'm going to show you what I mean in this video right now. Let's go. What's up everyone, I'm Brad. Welcome to the Money Dad channel. In this video we are talking about the opportunity cost of buying a PlayStation 5, but in general we talk about finances, investing, stocks, cryptocurrency, stuff like that. So if you're interested in things like that, hit that subscribe button so you can continue to see videos like this. So let's talk about the value, the opportunity cost of buying a PlayStation 5, because it is all the rage right now. You know what I'm saying? I am seeing, all my friends are posting on Facebook trying to find a PlayStation 5. They sold out in like minutes in every store. I think they started going for $500, right? That was the retail value, or that was what, stores were selling them for originally. But they sold out in minutes. People just bought as many of them as they could, and then they just reposted them online for hundreds of dollars more, in some cases thousands of dollars more. So if you didn't get your hands on a PlayStation 5 for $500 immediately, you're probably looking now at spending at least $800, in many cases $1,000. And if you just type in PlayStation 5 into Google, you will see that there are some going for $32,000 on eBay right now. It is absolutely bonkers, and it's a video game, right? It's a video game console. You're spending all this money just for fun, and I get it. People spend their money to have fun. People make money to enjoy their lives, right? To make their lives better, their quality of life better. I totally understand that. So I'm not going to get into what you should spend your money on or what you should not spend your money on, because that is very much a case-by-case basis. Everybody spends their money on different things to have fun, right? People like to go on vacations, or they like to play video games, or they like to, play sports, or some people just enjoy investing their money and watching it grow. So I'm not going to get into that. Really, the point of this video is to show you, is to just give you an idea of what that money could become if you invested it. I'm going to use a baseline $1,000 for this video, because even if you did get that PlayStation 5 at $500, let's also think about like the video games you're going to buy, the add-ons, things like that. It's easily going to become $1,000 at some point. And if you didn't get it at $500 right off the bat, and now you're buying it secondhand, you're probably spending $1,000 right off the bat anyway. So it's gonna add up to $1,500, $2,000 in the long run. So let's just use $1,000 as a baseline. If you had invested that money instead, where would it be? So I'm gonna open up TradingView. When you open up TradingView and you go to their charts section, you'll probably see something like this. This is the S&P 500. I'm going to show you how you can get to a section where you can compare the long-term growth of your money. So I have the S&P 500 pulled up. Right now it's showing me dollar amounts on the chart. I'm going to right click on it and go to percent. Now I can see what percentage this asset class has increased or decreased over the time frame on the chart. All right, so now I want to go down here and do all, as in all time. So since the S&P 500 was created, we can see it's had a 79, right under 80,000%. So now that we've got our chart where we want it, let's look at a couple of stocks that you could have invested your money in when they came out, and we'll put $1,000 in to compare it to a PlayStation 5 and see where that money is today. So what are the hottest stocks out there right now? Let's start with Tesla, right? You got to go with Tesla. That's a pretty hot stock. Click on Tesla. Look at that moon right there. Boom. Drag this out a little bit so you can actually see something on this chart. So we are up to, if you had bought in at Tesla's IPO in 2010, so when they went public in 2010, if you had put $1,000 in, you would be up 10,500%. So let's do some quick, dumb, easy math. We'll call it Money Dad math. $1,000 times 10,500%. So How do you do percentages? In my head, to make it easy, I think 1,000% is a 10x on your money, 10 times your money. So think that's how I kind of calculate these things, right? So you basically take 2 decimal points away from whatever you're reading on the percentage chart. So if we have 10,500, we're going to do a 105x, right? So $1,000 times 105 means over the last 10 years, if you would have put the cost of a PlayStation 5, $1,000, into Tesla stock when they came out, the value of your money right now would be $105,000. So that PlayStation 5 cost you $105,000 if you invested in Tesla 10 years ago. Let's keep going. Let's do another one. Apple. So this is still looking at since 2010 because we were just looking at Tesla, right? So 1,000, almost 1,200% over the last 10 years, but Apple's been around a lot longer than that. So let's go back to, we got to hit that all button again, right? All time. So it goes way back. I think 1980 was when Apple went public. So if you had put $1,000 in Apple in 1980, let's see where your money would be at today. Looks like we're up 94,000%. So let's do that quick, easy, dumb money dad math. 94,000% would be a 940x on your money, right? $1,000 times 940, boom, $940,000. If you had put $1,000 in Apple in 1980, are you freaking kidding me? That PlayStation 5 that cost you $1,000. Now, granted, we're talking about 40 years of returns here, right? You invested in a company 40 years ago, and it's made you $1 million. But that was only $1,000 40 years ago. $1,000, the cost of a PlayStation 5 today. If you wait 40 years, you invest it, you wait 40 years, you got $1 million. It's pretty mind-blowing, right? So it's just to give you an idea of if you spend a little bit less on your fun money, on your expenses, on your fun stuff, if you invest it instead and wait, you're patient, these small sums of money just balloon. They snowball. The compound interest. All right, we got to keep going, right? What's another hot stock? Amazon? Let's do Amazon. IPO'd in 97, and it was like a nothing stock at the time, I think, right? It was a bookstore. It was an online bookstore in 97 when online bookstores weren't even a thing. So imagine getting into that back then, right? You were buying into a very small company. So you were getting in at dirt cheap prices. So now that it's one of the biggest companies in the world, you can imagine where I'm going with this. The gains have just been absolutely nuts. And you can see on this chart, since 97, if you had invested in Amazon when it went public, you would be up 208,000%. Am I even reading that right? 208,000%. 200,000%. That doesn't even feel like that could possibly be true, right? But there it is, right on the screen. So let's do that quick, easy, dumb money dad math. 208,000%. Take 2 decimal places away. Man, this isn't even easy. 208, and it's right around 500. So 500. So we take 2 decimal places away. So it's 2,085. So you made a 2085x, a 2,000x on your money. That is crazy. All right, let's do it. A 2,000x on your $1,000 investment, right? The cost of a PlayStation 5. $2 million. More than $2 million. The cost of a PlayStation 5. $1,000. If you put $1,000 into Amazon when it went public in 1997, you would have over $2 million in that investment right now. I can't really believe that. I mean, I've been following stocks for 15 years and I can't even believe that. So this gives you an idea of opportunity cost with your money, right? I mean, look, I'm not telling people don't go buy a PlayStation 5. I spend money on stuff. I spend money on I spend thousands of dollars on vacations a year. We make money. We work to make money to enjoy our money, right? That's the whole purpose of making money, is to have a comfortable living. And the comfortable part would be having fun with it, doing things that you want to do with your money. So I get it. People want to buy video games and play video games. I also just want to put the bug in your brain that to think about investing some of that fun money into stocks and investments that have high rates of return, so that you have some money that is building wealth for you while you're working, while you're having fun, so that one day you don't have to work anymore. You don't have to save up a paycheck to go buy a PlayStation 5 because your investments did it for you. Your investments are working for you behind the scenes. $2 million. If you put $1,000 into Amazon, you could retire on that for the cost of one PlayStation 5. Something to think about. All right, so that's all I got for this video. I hope you had some fun looking at some of these crazy numbers with me. They surprised me, so I hope they surprised you and you had some fun with it. If you got some value out of it, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and leave a comment down below. I will see you there. Thanks, guys.